Let's do a reading on what's going on in your energy field and what you need to do to clear it. The first card out is Healing Wounds. What else? Hold. You have Home that fell out and Communication at the bottom of the deck. I'm also going to get something from the Archetypes deck. There's like this tension in communication, right? There's very clear tension in communication. Anima Mundi, all that is, right? The bigness of it all, right? The mirror, okay. Something is being reflected back to you potentially through communication, right? The way that you're communicating with people, either in your home or in a place that you consider to be home. Okay. The Creator and the Seed with Agape at the bottom of the deck. The Pilgrim when we split, okay. So maybe there's tension around something that you want to do with your home or something that someone else wants to do with your home, something that helps you feel at home. The wound at play might make this a little bit nebulous, right? It might make it feel a little bit like you don't know how to communicate with the people involved. Some people are not meant to be communicated with, okay? Sometimes when we extend offers of support or love, it is met with pushback or taking advantage, okay? We have the Emperor and the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. The way that you assert yourself is super important here. Still figuring out this Pilgrim card that came out on the split. That's interesting because it could speak to like, you know, your need to travel or like someone, or like your need to kind of get out of the house, or someone who's coming to you, you know, someone who has kind of like a pilgrim spirit. That was a fruit fly. Good God. Okay, 2 of Cups and 10 of Cups when I split there. The Emperor and the Seven of Wands, you know, the way that you assert yourself, your confidence matters a lot here. It matters a lot here. The 5 of Cups, loss, 10 of Pentacles, or 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, the World. There's something under the Ace of Swords, the Star, and the 6 of Cups. Yeah, the way that you communicate with this person needs to change. Strength at the bottom of the deck. The way that you communicate with this person or in this situation needs to change. This card, this is very clearly the word that I heard when I saw that card was deceit. I don't always assume that when the 7 of Swords comes out, it's about lies or trickery or what have you. The Sun. What the fuck? Okay. And the 7 of Wands again. Acting like everything's cool, you know? You don't need to act like everything's cool. This is tricky because people are not addressing the elephant in the room. That's why this is tricky. The wound is what's going unseen here. The lack of communication, perhaps even avoidance of communication. Underneath the Pilgrim is the Stone and the Queen. Someone who is unshakable, but why? Right? The Lovers. Calling in more about communication strength here with Judgment at the bottom of the deck. This feels like a power struggle. Let's get guidance for you. I'm going to see what other card comes out, but let's get your guidance here. Yeah, Strength. Is heavy Leo energy in this. One thing that I'm feeling called to communicate with you is that you cannot control people. You can only control yourself. It's just a reminder that might help you get over or get through, get around, help you navigate some frustration, okay? Let's get some, actually, fuck guidance, because to be honest with you, it sounds like this situation is really unfair, okay? And as confirmation of that, the 5 of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck, and when I said that, the Lovers was on the split. This situation seems really unfair to you, okay? It seems like you worked really hard for very little recognition. And there's a part of you that wants that recognition back, okay? So let's see what's coming in and how you can navigate what's coming in. I think that's a better way to approach this. The King of Wands and the Five of Cups, being dissatisfied with the outlook on a situation. King of Swords. It's like something is presented to you and you do not like it with that Five of Cups, that Five of Pentacles coming out again. It's like it's a very purposeful rain on your parade is what this feels like. What else is coming in for this collective? The King of Cups. It's a lot of kings here. It's a lot of masculine energy. Tell me more about the King of Cups. The King of Cups, the way that I set it down is looking at the King of Swords. So it's kind of like, with how brutal the King of Swords can be, that gives me this idea that like whatever is going on in this situation is kind of being manipulated emotionally. Eight of Wands, there's this swiftness that I just can't stand here, because it's almost like there's there's an effort to override you. The Moon here. And the Seven of Swords, yeah, no, something's not right. The Tower on the split, something's not right here. Six of Cups, something's not right. I would be very cautious with the generosity that you accept from people. This feels like an empty promise. This feels like something that there's a lot of talk around, but not a whole lot of follow through. And it also feels like even in that empty promise, it's something that, like, the promise itself is unkind to you. Do you see what I'm saying here? It feels like the promise itself is not in your favor. It feels like it's to slight you. So, given that, what is your justice in this situation? Because I'll be damned. I will be damned. I was going to ask for guidance, but no. What is your justice? How is your justice going to show up here? How is your justice showing up? How is the collective's justice showing through in this situation? The Fool, that's the Seven of Cups there. Justice here. How is your justice coming through in this situation? The Seven of Pentacles. Wow. So you get a whole new outlook on this. The Knight of Cups with the Six of Cups. You get a whole new outlook on this situation. This is a refresh. The way that you are seen is going to change because you have changed. With that Seven of Pentacles, it's like you've sown new seeds. Your justice is something that holds weight for a long time, okay? This might be just a tough moment you need to get through. Tell me more about collective's justice. I also want to get from Woodland Warden's Lapis. Judgment here. Ten of Wands. The Devil. Four of Pentacles, hang on. Okay, so there's quite a bit of justice for you, babe. I was running out of time, so I pulled everything else. There's quite a bit of justice. I don't want to speak to the other person involved, but the cards from Woodland Wardens, okay, literally the first card out was success. There we go, okay. This is preparation, guardianship, nourishment, and mischief. Mischief came out before guardianship and nourishment, hope at the bottom of the deck. So I might need to do a part 2 for this, but it feels like the cards themselves, we'll talk about like the tarot cards in a second. It feels like the justice for you is going to take longer because it's worth more. The justice for you is going to take longer because it is worth more. Things that are strong take a long time to build, okay? The Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, it's knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them, right? The Two of Pentacles there with the Six of Wands, and then we have these 3 cards here, Judgment, Ten of Wands, and the Devil. It's like you're becoming very clear on exactly where you need to put your effort and who is worthy of it. I'm going to do a part 2 about your justice in this situation right now.